What if your normal school day suddenly turned into a nightmare, where a talking toy decides who lives or dies? No warning, no rules, just survival. Welcome to a deadly game where your next move could be your last. In a quiet Japanese classroom, a gifted but bored student named Takahata longed for something, anything, to break the dullness of his routine life. He got more than he ever imagined. Without warning, his teacher's head explodes mid-lesson, and in the horrifying silence, a bizarre toy with a red face, Daruma, appears on the teacher's desk. It speaks in a playful voice, but its rules are anything but fun. Move when it sees you, and your head explodes. This is no dream. It's a cruel, twisted game of red light, green light, and there's no way out. Panic erupts. One by one, students fall, some trying to run, others frozen in fear. But Takahata keeps his cool. As chaos fills the room, another student, Saki, recognizes the game. There's one way to stop it. Press the hidden button on Daruma's back. But with every turn of its head, it kills again. Time is running out. A timer appears, 60 seconds left until total destruction. Desperate, Takahata and Saki team up. With seconds to spare, they make a bold move. Saki crouches, Takahata leaps, and hits the button just in time. Daruma crashes to the floor. Game over, or so it seems. As relief sets in, Saki smiles, then suddenly his head explodes. Only the button presser survives. That was the real rule. Takahata is left in shock, barely able to breathe. But there's no time to grieve. Daruma cryptically warns, "The cat is next." Just then, the door creaks open. Takahata's friend, Ichika, steps inside, pale and trembling. She survived a similar nightmare in another classroom. Every student gone, except her. They try to escape the school, but every exit is sealed. Phones are dead. Windows won't break. Hope fades fast, until they find one unlocked door leading into the gym. But freedom? Not even close. Inside, they discover other students, and a message written on the floor. Put the ball in the basket to win. Suddenly, the ground rumbles. A massive robotic cat appears. It lunges, devouring a student in a mouse costume. That's when they realize only the mice are targets, and someone dressed them up on purpose. As the cat attacks, Takahata notices a basketball-sized ball rolling across the floor, and a hoop embedded in the cat's chest. It's another game, and the only way to survive is to score. You think the first game was cruel? That was just the beginning. Now the rules are chaos. But in this twisted arena, the real threat might not be the game at all. Inside a gym-turned-death trap, panic explodes again. A massive cat statue roars to life, targeting students dressed in mouse costumes. A basketball player sees a chance to end it all. He yells for Ichika to pass the ball. He takes the shot, but the cat leaps up, blocks it effortlessly, and hurls the ball back with a force so powerful it kills him instantly. Takahata quickly catches on. The cat only hunts students wearing the costumes. He warns everyone to strip them off, and for a moment, they feel safe. But the calm is a lie. The cat begins attacking indiscriminately. In the chaos, Ichika spots the glowing ball, the real target, with a countdown ticking fast, 3 minutes left. As the beast closes in on her, Takahata makes a bold move. He puts on a mouse costume, risking his life to draw the cat's attention away from her. The cat chases him mercilessly. He runs, dodges, shouts for the ball. No one dares help. Then something strange happens. Takahata hears a voice, but it's not human. Because of the mouse costume, he can understand the cat. The cat doesn't want blood. It's tired, irritated. All it wants is for someone to scratch its back so it can sleep. With no time to lose, Takahata leaps onto the beast, grabs the ropes on its back, and starts scratching. Like magic, the cat relaxes. It lies down, eyes heavy. Ichika climbs up to help, and slowly, other students join in. Together, they lull the monster to sleep. Now's their chance. Takahata grabs the countdown ball. He aims for the basket, but suddenly a new problem erupts. The students fight over the ball. They fear only the shooter will survive. Their shouting wakes the cat, and it kills again. Knowing there's no time to calm it down, Takahata makes a last-minute plan. He finds a torn basketball and asks Ichika to disguise the real ball. The two return, each holding a look-alike wrapped in mouse fabric. They split up, confusing the cat. The beast takes the bait, chasing Ichika's decoy. Takahata throws his disguised ball, which secretly contains the real one, but it misses. All hope seems lost, until a new player steps in, Amaya. Out of nowhere, he leaps, snatches the ball midair, and slams it into the basket just before the timer hits 0. Silence. The cat freezes, then announces the winners: Takahata, Ichika, and Amaya. Everyone else, forgotten. Then, horror strikes again. Without hesitation, Amaya begins killing the remaining students. Calm, calculated. He believes only the strong deserve to live. This was his philosophy all along. He turns to Takahata and Ichika, claiming they are chosen, like him. When Ichika rejects his madness, Amaya threatens her, until Takahata steps in to protect her. Suddenly, the cat releases a thick white mist. Everything fades. The games aren't over, they're just evolving. Now the survivors are locked inside mysterious floating cubes, and a new challenge awaits, one designed to test not just your mind, but your soul. One wrong answer, and your body becomes a puppet's toy. Takahata regains consciousness inside a strange white room, cold, mechanical, and eerily quiet. Standing nearby is someone from his past, Tokusa, his ex-girlfriend. Their reunion is short and tense. They're not alone. 2 other survivors join them: Tiara, a cocky genius from another school, and Taka, a quiet girl trembling with fear. All 4 had survived previous death games, Daruma and the killer cat. But what now connected them wasn't luck. Takahata noticed a strange detail. All their names start with the letter T. Coincidence? He didn't think so. Were they being sorted by initial? If so, what about Ichika and Amaya? Were they alive or trapped in another group? Before he could find answers, the room's door sealed shut. No escape, no signal, just tension. Tiara, ever confident, smirked and projected the news. Floating cubes like this one had appeared worldwide. Over 10 million students were already dead. No one on the outside knew the truth, or worse, they were hiding it. Then came the knock. 4 floating puppets entered, grotesque, childlike, and soulless. They announced the 3rd game. No running, no tricks. Just one deadly question. Who is standing behind you? Tiara volunteered, his pride blinding him. Blindfolded, he sat as the puppets sang and floated silently around him. When the music stopped, they asked the question. He guessed. He was wrong. A laser fired, locking his muscles. Under their control, Tiara was forced to slam his head into the ground, again and again, until the floor was soaked with blood. His confidence didn't save him, it destroyed him. Next, they called on Taka. Terrified, she refused. The puppets gave one warning: refuse and die. Taka sat, blindfolded, trembling. The song began. When it ended, fear silenced her voice. She didn't answer. The puppets didn't hesitate. They pulled her body apart, limb by limb, as if she were made of paper. Her screams echoed long after she was gone. Now only 2 remained, Tokusa and Takahata. Before the puppets could call her name, Takahata stepped forward. I'll play instead. Blindfold on, heart racing, he sat. They danced around him, then stopped. Who is standing behind you? Tension filled the air. Then, he answered correctly. Stunned, the puppets asked how. Takahata looked up and said, I watched you carefully while you killed the others. I memorized your pattern. Impressed, and perhaps amused, the puppets handed over a key and vanished. But this was only the beginning. Outside the room, they found another survivor, running for his life, clutching a second key. Behind him, one of the puppets gave chase. He screamed, Hold hands! It won't attack groups. The puppet was programmed to target the isolated. As the survivor reached them, they all locked hands. The puppet halted. It hovered for a moment, then turned away in search of another victim. With 2 keys in hand, Takahata's group races through the metallic corridors of the floating cube. Suddenly, they hear a scream. It's Ichika, alone and being hunted by one of the killer puppets. Without hesitation, Takahata breaks from the group and dashes toward her, grabbing her hand just as the puppet lunges. They're safe, for now. On the wall ahead, a massive wooden head emerges, glowing red eyes and a cold mechanical voice. It speaks. 7 keys. 2 minutes. The group has only 4 keys between 6 of them. Then, 2 more students appear, bringing the count to 8 and the total keys to 6. Still not enough. Then, out of the shadows, steps Amaya, smirking. He casually tosses the final 3 keys at their feet. But there's a catch. He's brought someone with him, just another body to meet the quota. Without warning, Amaya kills the student. I only needed his hand to survive, he says coldly. Takahata wants to stop him, but time is running out. With no choice, they insert the 7 keys. The wooden head vanishes. A tunnel opens. What lies ahead is snow. They step into a frozen wasteland where a towering white polar bear greets them, not with violence, but with a show. Lights, music, and then silence. I hate lies, the bear growls. This challenge is different. No more running, no more puzzles, only the truth. The bear begins his interrogation. What is your favorite food? It seems harmless. Each person answers, but the bear sniffs the air. Someone lied. Panic spreads. Suspicion targets a quiet student who says he loves vegetables. That's not a real favorite, someone argues. He insists it's true, but the group decides to sacrifice him to stay alive. The bear crushes him without hesitation. Next question. Do you love Takahata? A strange tension fills the air. Ichika and Tokusa both say yes. So does Amaya, and others follow. The bear growls again. Someone's lying. Ichika points straight at Amaya. He doesn't love anyone. He's using us. Arguments explode, but Takahata remains calm, questioning why anyone would lie when the bear can sense it. The bear suddenly praises him. Clever boy, you've uncovered the real challenge. One of you is not human. Shock hits everyone. An alien has been lying since the beginning, disguised as one of you. Time is running out. The group spirals into paranoia. A student points at Tokusa, arguing that she's the only one not from their school. Takahata, Ichika, and Amaya all came from the same place. You're the outsider. You're the alien. Takahata and Ichika protest, standing by Tokusa. But the rest, driven by fear, refuse to listen. Before anyone can stop it, time runs out, and the monster isn't a toy, a puppet, or a bear. It's one of them. The vote is cast. The group turns on Tokusa. Seconds later, the polar bear crushes her, leaving behind only silence and blood. Takahata drops to his knees. He's broken, but then something clicks in his mind. He stands. The bear prepares to ask the next question. Stop the game, he says. The bear freezes. I know who the real liar is. Everyone turns. Takahata points, not at a student, but at the bear itself. You're the deceiver, he says. He explains that when Tokusa died, the blood wiped off the white powder the bear used to disguise its real color, black. No one ever lied. You were manipulating us. Tokusa helped me see the truth. The bear, furious at being exposed, lashes out and attacks the group. They run, dodging its claws, until the ice begins to crack beneath them. The bear falls into a molten pit below. As the heat melts away its white coating, the bear roars one final time and disappears. They win. But the relief is short-lived. A small doll arrives and smiles eerily. Congratulations. Now, the final challenge begins. The doll explains the rules. One player will be chosen and renamed Okuma. They'll place a mysterious box inside a red circle, and then the others must hide. Okuma's job? Hunt them. If he captures 3 or more, he wins. But there's a twist. Any free player can kick the box to rescue those imprisoned, but doing so triggers a bomb. 1 life traded for the rest. And there's one more rule. The game ends at sunset. The doll draws 5 sticks to decide who becomes Okuma. Fate is cruel. Amaya is chosen. The most dangerous player of all is now the hunter. The game begins. Students scatter. Amaya calmly sets the box in the red circle, then vanishes into the shadows. Minutes later, he reappears, dragging 2 students back into the light. They tried to fight, but Amaya overpowered them with ease. 2 down, 1 to go. Takahata and Ichika watch from afar, but Amaya spots them. He runs toward their location. Takahata quickly ties a rope to escape through a high window, but Ichika knows they won't both make it. She makes a choice. Go. She turns to face Amaya, allowing herself to be captured. Takahata escapes, but barely. Now Amaya has 3 prisoners. He guards the box, pacing like a wolf, waiting for sunset. Then, he calls out to Takahata, "I've already caught 3. Let's make a deal. Come out, and we both win." But Takahata doesn't answer. He knows better. Amaya is lying. He outsmarted a killer. He saved the group. He survived every game. But in the final moments, fate decides who lives and who dies. Alone and desperate, Takahata stumbles across a suit of armor hidden deep within the castle. He straps it on, hoping it'll protect him if he kicks the bomb-laced box. But the armor is heavy, too heavy. He can barely move, and he looks more like a clumsy knight than a savior. Worse, he drops his sword. Defenseless and exhausted, he backs toward the edge of the rooftop, where Amaya appears, helmet off, smirking. "You look pathetic," Amaya mocks. But then, his smirk vanishes. He looks down and realizes he's been chained. Takahata smiles. It was a trap, all of it. When Amaya had removed his helmet to gloat, Takahata had seized the chance to wrap a chain around his body. Now, the predator is the prisoner. "You never understood," Takahata says softly. "I used to hate my life. Thought it was boring. But these games, they showed me what truly matters. I lost friends. I lost everything. But I won back my soul." And with that, he leaps, dragging Amaya off the rooftop with him. They crash to the ground. The armor shatters around them. Amaya screams, trying to pull the heavy chains off, but Takahata is already gone. Racing back up the stairs, battered, limping. Above, the box waits. Sunset is near. Amaya escapes the chains and follows, roaring in rage. But he's too late. With the last ounce of strength in his legs, Takahata kicks the box. Everyone braces for the explosion. Nothing. There was no bomb. The box clatters harmlessly to the side. Suddenly, fireworks explode across the sky. The dolls reappear, smiling eerily. "Congratulations," they say. "The final game is complete. You won." If this story made your heart race, if you felt the twist stab you in the chest, then don't just scroll away. Hit that like button to honor the ones who didn't survive. Subscribe to join a world where every story dares to break your heart. And comment, "I choose fate," if you made it to the end. Because here, it's not just drama, it's survival, it's emotion, it's you and me inside the story.